One. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Camels Vlogcast, episode 22. I'm here with Anna. How are you today, Anna?
Hello, I'm very good. It's perfect weather outside, so it's a good day today.
Okay, Anna, tell us a little bit about yourself, your talent, and where you're from and where you are now.
My name is Anna, and I usually ballroom dancer. I still am, but now I couldn't really dance and teach, so I put myself more into art, and I love it. But I'm stuck in London now. I'm originally from Ukraine, but I live in New York for like last time. But I traveled to London for a week, and now I'm here for 3.5 months.
Oh, great. So, what inspired you to start dancing?
I just loved it. I went with my parents to the concert and I said to them that I wanted. So that's how I started.
So, when did you realize you were like really good at dancing and that you could be a professional dancer?
Yeah, kind of. I still wasn't sure until the last time. Like, and like for a long time, I wasn't sure if I gonna do it forever. But so after school, I still went to university. I did my degree, like a bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
But because I wasn't sure if I will be good enough to just put my life totally into dancing. But then I realized that results are good and everything is possible. So I decided to stop with education and didn't go to other job, but moved to America for dancing.
Okay. So, how do you describe your style in ballroom dancing? Is there a certain style you go by or like that you have practice?
Like in ballroom dancing, it's a lot of rules, especially what I'm doing. It's standard, so it's like very classical dances. It's something people used to do like forever on all these balls, all these aristocrats and whatever. So it has a lot of rules, and you couldn't really go against them a lot, but you can do whatever you want actually if you're still in the frame and you follow the music. So I just started to dance with my new partner for like last, I don't know, from January. So it's still pretty new partnership, but it feels good. So I hope it will work very well.
Okay, great. So, in terms of in terms of now, like you're not able to dance now, but how are you keeping yourself like fit and able to like adjust yourself to like your dancing so don't lose anything?
Yeah, we're trying at least to keep our stamina well. So I do a lot of runs just around all the city, everywhere I can run. Like a week ago, I did like 21K.
Hmm.
And we do a lot of workouts, just put some YouTube video and do anything. So, and I'm trying to keep my diet pretty healthy. I couldn't say I always do it, but I'm trying to.
So when you're doing these competitions, what's been like the feedback from like the audience and like judges from like your dancing, your partner dancing? How do people like perceive you?
Feedback is good. Like actually, in my new partnership, I only did two competitions, and then we went for lessons, and quarantine started. So it's still very new,
Mm.
especially because I danced with my last partner for like 10 years. So when you dance for somebody for so long, you know everything about like every possible situation. But
Mhm.
now when it was first competition, like after a break, I wasn't able to understand what's going on at all. It was pretty like it felt great, and like luckily we have really good communication with my new partner,
Mm.
but still it was super new, so it's hard to expect something.
So how do you feel you've like grown in like the last 10 years from when you first started out to like now? How do you feel you've grown as a dancer?
Yeah, in dancing, like my career went very well. I didn't really expect it when I was a kid. I started it just like a hobby. But then when I was around 14, that's when I started with my previous partner. And like each competition was better and better. And then we become second in Ukraine. And I'm like, oh, that probably can work. So
Mm.
we started to travel abroad more and we had some very good results. So, but in Ukraine, you couldn't really earn a lot of money, that is enough for your lessons,
Mm.
because like our lesson costs in America like around $200 for
Wow.
45 minutes, and we need to take lessons constantly all the time with a lot of teachers. So it's super expensive, and if you live in Ukraine, it's almost impossible to earn this money.
Mm.
That's why we decided to move to US, and then our results like went pretty fast upward. And now with a new partner, like I didn't expect, but from the first competition we did very well. We won like the first one competition, and then in second one we was in a final with very strong competitors. So I'm super happy with my dancing career.
That's great. That's great. So in terms of like the competitions, how many people usually like compete against you, and like how many dancers and partners do you guys usually compete against?
It depends from competition. Like the biggest competitions in the world are in England, because it's like from like far time ago, from old times. uh, Blackpool Dance Festival, it's like the most popular in the world. It's already its first times they miss it after Second World War.
Mm.
So in general they did already, I think, 90 or 91, so years in a row. So it's very old competitions, and then two more like these big competitions. So there, if you compete, it's around like 270, 250 couples,
Mm.
250, so
Wow,
it's
that's
a
a
lot.
lot. That's a lot. Wow.
But if you dance in US, like the biggest
Mm.
competitions, like nationals or something, it's probably like 4 rounds.
Mm.
So maybe like for like 25 couples,
Mm.
maybe. Sometimes around 30, but some smaller competition starts from finals straight away. So it really depends from competition.
Mm. So for those that aren't really familiar with dancing, how do you find out about competitions, and how do you enter them too? Do you have like a you have to have like a pre challenge, a pre like competition to get in?
Actually, if you're in ballroom dancing, you it doesn't look so strange,
Mm.
but I understand that from people from outside they don't know any information
Mm.
about it. But for us, like in America, we have one website where all competitions are listed, so you can just and every weekend it's 3 4 competitions
Mm.
in different states. Of course it's not now, but in
Mm.
normal life. But also in the world we have like websites, we know all the competitions, so we have like few competitions a year that we need to go. We don't really, if you want to stay in the sport, you don't really have a choice, you go there.
Mm.
So they're already in your calendar. Like the most important competition, it's usually in May. Now it was postponed to August, and I'm pretty sure they'll cancel it.
Mm.
But really, it's very long. Like in normal life, it's very long. It's almost 2 weeks, and you are there. You're in this little city.
Mm.
Almost everybody there are dancers at this point. And before that, you usually go to London a little bit early to take some lessons, to get ready, to change your time in your head.
Okay, great. So, like when you're competing, what are some of your thoughts when you're competing and when you're practicing? Like, are you nervous, excited? What's that type of feeling?
Of course, like you're always nervous. It doesn't matter how well you was getting ready, you're still nervous. But also it depends a lot from communication in the couple. If you support each other, it helps a lot. Sometimes opposite you fighting, and then it doesn't help. But you still go on the floor, and when you're on the floor already, you forget about everything, you just dance. So
So, with the quarantine now, before the quarantine, what were some of your goals in terms of like ballroom dancing? Like, did you want to enter more competitions? Did you want to win more? Did you want to what was some of your like basic goals for you and your partner?
yeah, because we just started, so for us, actually, the goal was to compete as much as possible before the Blackpool, the competitions that I said, like the biggest one. And then in one category, we really wanted to make a final and do well. But now everything is postponed, so now we're just trying to practice when we can. And it's not always that we can. If mostly we can dance just in the park on the grass, and
Mm.
it's not really good. But we're trying to keep ourselves in shape.
Okay, so let's talk about another thing that you're really good at, your talent, your art. Let's talk about your art a little bit. So explain it a little bit like about your art and when it started.
Yeah, like from my childhood, I really loved art. Like loved drawing and stuff, but I didn't really have enough time for it. But once I had, I always was drawing something. Like in the school, in all my notebooks, it was more drawings than information, basically. um, but now, when quarantine started, I realized I have too much time because I'm not teaching, I'm not practicing
Mm-hmm.
whole day. So I had more time, and I started to put more art. And then actually, my sister called me and said she wanted to like decorate her space. She opened like a space for um, hair masters, like makeup artists in her city where she lives. And she was thinking for a long time what she wanted to put on the walls, and then she decided she wanted to put my art
Wow.
because she likes the style.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. She said, you need to get ready with about like 25 pictures. I'm like, okay, I'll try. And then when I started to do more and more and more, I realized that some of them you can color. And because I'm living now here with my partner and his little sister, and the other day we was coloring some pictures, and I'm like, oh, actually my pictures can work for that as well. So I decided to do like my little coloring book with the pictures that fits for that, and then I created few more, and I really liked it, like at least from how it looks. So I sent a few my friends, my family. So now my grandpa is coloring every day, my grandmom is coloring every day. So the sister of my boyfriend and stuff. So it's, I think people like it. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm like, okay, let's I'll try to pursue this idea.
So can you show us some of your art and explain it to the audience, please?
I'm not sure I can explain because it's
Okay.
mostly
This
abstract art, but I
okay.
can try. So it could be some picture like this. So for example, you couldn't really color that. It's not
Mm-hmm.
easy because it's not that much space. That I just did before my idea of coloring book. um, but it could be something that you can be color pretty successful. And actually, I can show some that already colored options, and so you can see how it works. So for example, yeah, the same one. So I did this picture,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but then I just tried to color myself to see if I like it,
Wow. It's amazing.
and it looks like this.
That's really
So
nice too. So how long did it take you to like draw and color it? How long did it take you to like create that total?
to draw it actually takes long time because I I'm doing it hand like by my hands. It's not on computer or something, and I'm trying to do it accurate enough. So it takes like probably few hours for the smallest picture. But when I color it, I couldn't say it takes long, like maybe half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But you also, there's a lot of options how you can color. You can do pencils, you can do markers, you can do watercolor, whatever you want. I really loved markers, and my mom ordered for me like some special professional markers. So now I'm just enjoying them because I never knew that markers can be so fun. Like from my childhood, when I tried, I hated it, but it turns out that they have a lot of really nice professional markers, and colors are beautiful. So I like coloring now as well, not only creating pictures.
So in terms of your goals for your art, do you just want to make it a hobby? Are you trying to like sell them? Are you trying to put them in a museum? Or like what is your ultimate
Yeah,
goal for your art?
I put my Etsy shop like with a coloring book
Mm-hmm.
listing for now. I didn't really try to sell pictures separately for a moment, but also with Etsy you need really to work hard to make it like visible on internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to put really this art so much on my personal page because like I'm a ballroom dancer, so I
Mm.
don't want all my teachers and friends to see it every day and get tired from it. So
Yeah.
I post it maybe sometimes. So somebody already bought few books, and that's nice. But I don't really try to promote it so hard. I mostly
Mm,
do it for enjoying now, and maybe later I can make it work better. I'm trying to
mm.
post it on. Um, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I came back. Yeah, so I'm trying to sell it, but we'll see how it will work.
Mm. So, in terms of any artists inspire you or or influence you in your art, any like artists you like you really enjoy watching their paintings and their drawings.
I love art in general. Like when, for example, when I lived in New York, like I'm still living in New York. I hope to get
Hmm.
back there soon. But when I'm going to any museum like Met or something, that's really beautiful, and I love it. And I love watching different artists. I don't really like just normal landscapes or sea
Mm,
pictures. It's beautiful, but somehow it's you like you can watch a photo picture for that. But I like something more crazy more. But
mm.
I just love it in general, and I like to see it different. So I follow some Instagram like artists that I like also.
Okay, great. So, do you have any advice for young dancers out there and artists out there that want to be professional? Any advice to them?
With art, actually, I couldn't give a lot of advice because I'm still starting out. I
Mm,
love it, but we'll see how it will go. But for dancers, if somebody will see, just work hard. Like there's no other option.
mm.
You just need to practice a lot.
Okay, great. So, where can people find you at? What drop your Instagram and your Facebook so people go like follow you and find your art.
Yeah. So how can I put it?
You can just say it. You can just tell the audience. You can just spell it out as you say it.
Yeah, so that's my name, how it's written actually on the picture. That's my Facebook or Instagram, like personal page with a lot of dancing there.
Mm,
But also for art, I created like a new name, Fera Art, like Fera. Actually, from Latin, it means wild. So
mm.
I think it fits good with the type of abstract art I'm doing. So you can find it both in Facebook and Instagram as well with this name.
Okay. Let's like to end these with positive words from you. Anything you want to add to or like say to the world or the audience out there, like positive message.
Now I just hope everything like world will be back to normal soon and world will be enjoying our lives. I think it will be the best idea.
Okay. Thank you, Anna, for joining us and talking about your art and your dancing. I wish you good luck in the future, and hopefully everything opens up for you to get back dancing. And guys, just check out Anna on Fair Art and on Facebook. And thank you, Anna, for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this
No
interview.
problemo. All right,
I enjoyed speaking with you. Bye
it's been the
bye.
Timeless Vlogcast episode 22. Thank you. I'm out. All right.
Bye.